Hey friends, it's Victoria. So it's about 3 o'clock right now and I'm just starting to think about dinner. My husband is busy doing stuff he's normally working at home, so it's all on me to figure out dinner tonight. Well, I'll tell you what I have. I've realized that these tomatoes, I got these at Costco, they're organic. They're not cherry tomatoes. I don't know what the heck these are, but they're tomatoes nonetheless. Some of them are starting to look a little sad. I got them 6 days ago. So I've already used them for a caprese of sorts with mozzarella. And I did that, I don't know, probably 4 days ago. Well, I need to use these. I need to use these before they get gross. So one of the greatest skills I think that you can have as someone who is the cooker of meals in your house or your home chef is using what you have to make a meal. I think that's an extremely good skill. So I have these tomatoes. We're gonna do a pasta tonight. I have some egg noodles in my pantry from, we bought it at Costco way back when. I wanna start to use some of those things, use them up. We're going to be moving soon and I don't want to have to throw out a bunch of things. So I'm starting to think about how can I use the things I have in my pantry that have maybe been in there for a while that will stay good for a while, which is great, but I need to start using those things up. So we're going to use this as a sauce and I'm going to make a creamy sauce with no cream because my stomach can't not handle dairy because apparently this is, a new thing of being over 40. So no cream, tomato creamy sauce. How are we gonna do this? We're gonna use the magic of pasta water with Parmesan cheese. And using those two things, you can create a real creamy type of sauce without any cream. Now, what else do I have that I'm gonna be using here at home? So I have just a little bit of basil left. We got this at the store the same time I got the tomatoes. And in case you don't know this trick, do not put your herbs in the fridge. They'll wilt, they'll go bad much more quicker. Put them in a jar or a glass with some water. And actually when I brought them home, they looked a little sad. And I thought I did not spend $5 or $8 or whatever I spent for organic basil just to see it go bad. So I cut the ends off the bottom. After I had had it in water for a day, half day or so, I realized they were still wilty. Cut the ends off the bottom, put it in fresh water. They perked right up. But now I think I need to use these before they, one of them kind of shriveled up, before they go bad. So today's the day, definitely. So I'm going to be using the fresh basil that I'll finally chop up. We're going to be using the tomatoes. I'm going to be using roasted garlic that I've already roasted and I keep in my fridge because heck, why not, right? So I'm going to be using some of that, and then we're going to be using the Parmesan cheese and the pasta water, and you're going to see how easy this is. This is one of the most simple recipes, and if you have a picky eater, like my 12-year-old, he's turning 12 next month, he's such a picky eater. He loves tomato sauce. He loves anything tomatoey in taste. He doesn't like actual tomatoes. Here's what I say to that. Tough toenails. I'm sorry. You're going to have to either not eat the tomatoes or go make yourself a PB&J and that'll be it, because I'm going to make what I'm going to make. I don't know if you have picky eaters at home, but I get so sick of cooking more than one meal and ain't nobody got time for that. So that's my stance from now on. I'm sticking to it, I swear. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're going to make the pasta. It's going to come together really quickly. In the meantime, I'm going to put my headphones on. I'm going to rock out while I prepare everything. And we're going to have a delicious meal. It'll probably take you 30 minutes at most. Really, the most lengthy amount of time is waiting for the water to boil so you can have your pasta. So let's get to it.
Okay, I'm going to start out by chopping these tomatoes in half. These are more grape tomatoes. If these were more of a cherry tomato, I might not chop them in half, but I actually just like them chopped in half. You don't have to do this step, but I find that to get a really good sauce, you need the tomato to get really well cooked. So I like to chop them in half. Okay, we're just taking the basil off of the stems here. We're going to wash it really well, and I'm going to show you a trick that my mom taught me years ago, which is we are going to take our washed basil and it's coming up, I promise. we are going to take a paper towel and we are just going to roll it up in the paper towel. And so it'll be a little bit more dry so that when you're ready to chop your basil, you don't have to worry about it being sticky because it's wet. And we're just going to give it a little smush. We're not going to go crazy or anything. We're just going to give it a little smush. And we're going to set that aside. Now this egg noodle pasta, that's what I have on hand. You use whatever kind of pasta you have in your cupboard. All right, so over to the pan. We're starting our tomatoes. We have olive oil. We are also going to use a healthy pinch of salt. And this is roasted garlic that I made at homemade here. And we're going to give a big tablespoon probably of that. If you don't have roasted garlic, I would say use 2 or 3 garlic cloves. Add some salt so that helps to soften the tomatoes. And we're going to get that going on heat. Now, you can start your pasta at any time. It kind of depends upon if you're using a big pasta pot. It helps to start it early because it does take a while for that to warm up. We're just going to leave our tomatoes on low and slow and let them get really happy. And you see how the sauce is forming. It's looking a little bit more colorful. I also like to add a pat of butter in here because I think it adds a really good texture. But yeah, we're just letting the tomatoes get happy right about now. So let your tomatoes get happy, start your pasta water, maybe have a glass of wine, do whatever else you're going to do. And yeah, that's the beginnings of our simple sauce. Again, this isn't really difficult. It is just going to take a hot minute. So here we are with our basil. It's all dry. And as you can see, I kind of roll it up into a little packet and then I chop it. That's going to be for the end. So if you don't have basil, don't worry about it. If you do, then it is fantastic to use. Now, as you can see, I added in pasta water, in Parmesan cheese. I turned the heat up a little bit because I wanted to thicken it just a little bit. Yeah, a little bit more cheese. This is an iterative process. However thick you like the pasta water. However thick you like your sauce. If you like it less runny, use less pasta water. If you like it more runny, use more pasta water. And then we're just going to dump the pasta right in the pan. As you can see, the heat's kind of up high here. And we're just going to let it get all mixed together. And we're going to use our tongs to kind of toss it around. I add some more cheese because why not? Life is short. And we're just going to let it get happy. And this is the plated final product. As you can see, this is a little messy, but it's amazing and so tasty. And so I topped it with some of the fresh basil and some Parmesan. And that is it, my friends.
So that is it. That is my easy peasy creamy with not cream tomato recipe. I hope that you loved it. Try it. Let me know what you think. And if you are one of those people where you are like me and you're trying to use things up in your kitchen as much as possible, make sure you like and subscribe because I'm going to be having more recipes like this where we're talking about how do we use what we already have. I think this is really important. Like I said, I think it's a lost skill. We have gotten used to, oh, I have this recipe and I'm going to go get everything on the list and maybe I need tarragon for something, but I'm never going to use tarragon in my entire life again. I think that we need to throw that out the window and use what we have to begin with. And then we could throw in, extra special things every now and then just to try it. Utilitarian cooking, I guess. So try this recipe. Let me know what you think. And make sure you like and subscribe for more info like this. I'll see you soon. Hey friends, thanks so much for sticking around till the end. Let me tell you, pasta is always a big hit with my family, and I try to have organic pasta on hand. I try to, there's a store in my town where they get their flour from Italy and they make their own pasta. That's really close to fresh. But let me tell you, I'm going to be making soon, maybe not before we move, but soon, I'm just gonna make enough fresh pasta for the year for us because you can make it at home, you can make it with organic flour or whatever you want. You'll find it so much cheaper and it's so easy. My only one comment though is you're gonna end up with pasta on every hard surface in your entire kitchen and your entire home trying to dry all the pasta that you are making. So that's the only thing. But very soon I will have eaten up all the pasta in my house and I need to make some pasta. So that's gonna be a really fun video coming up soon. All right, friends, eat well, and I hope you have a delicious dinner, and I'll talk with you soon.